Welcome to the English Mystic Podcast. I'm your host, English Mystic, Dragon Shaman, Spirit Whisperer, and Mr. Explorer of all things seen and unseen. You're tuning in to a very special series honouring the epic Dragon Thunder Summit 2025, a worldwide gathering of visionaries, dragon channels, energy workers and soul-shifting guides. The summit brought together 36 incredible speakers from across the world, each sharing their unique gifts, wisdom and connection with the Dragon Realms. In this podcast series, we're diving deep, one episode at a time, into the essence of each speaker, their transmission, their gifts, and all the healing and awakening and dragon connections they've brought forward. To explore more about each speaker or to access the full summit replays, visit www.dragonthunder2025.com. Now breathe deep, call in your dragons, and let's step through the portal together. Our next speaker is Dean Bottles. He holds the ancient title of Pendragon, a role passed down through over 5,000 years of Dragon Brotherhood lineage. Unlike most post holders who misuse this power through dark magic and ritual control, Dean chooses the path of service to mankind, with both dragon and snake lineages in his ancestry, including King Arthur, Saint Nicholas, Vlad Dracula, and even Abraham Lincoln. Dean was born to inherit this sacred role, but made a conscious vow to restore the original honour and wisdom of the dragons. His mission is to liberate dragons from bondage, revive ancient dragon magic, and guide humanity back to right relationship with dragon consciousness, one of reverence, not of dominance, a true guardian of Dragonkind. Dean is here to return their mission to Earth for the benefits of all.
Hello, Dean. How are you?
My brother Vinny, how are you, mate?
No complaints, no complaints.
Good to
Running
see
on
you.
Running on energy.
Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, it's been a while, eh?
It has. All right. This has been a really tricky one for me to get myself prepared for. Seems to be a lot of dark forces working against me. I've tried several times to create and finish a presentation, but every time I have, something's gone awry and it hasn't worked. So I'm having to resort to my original notes. So I might be a little bit around all over the place, but I'll do my best to keep things in order.
Okay, no worries. Let's go for it. See what happens.
No worries. All right, I'm going to start with a bit of dragon tongue to help clear the negative energies surrounding this presentation and anything that will try to interfere. Though I must be careful what I speak because, dark forces at play. I do not wish to bring any negativity towards myself or anyone watching the presentation. Okay, I set my intention to clear all negative energies and Illuminati infiltration in watching this presentation. Iraka impitarakusha Shar To Caan irapaka rushukurata imaraka liosua. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, so as you and I have known each other for a little while, you know that I've been in the realm of the dragons for several years, and this is a subject that I found very hard to find information on the internet, and then what information is there mysteriously has disappeared. Some of it has been very helpful. The rest of it has been very hard to get my hands on, but I had a little bit of help from one of the AIs online who did more of a compiling and checking verification of certain things that I had unlocked myself. Now, going back to 2020, prior to COVID, I was approached by an individual, a man from Mexico. And at that time, when it came to the dragon energies, I was dealing a lot more with the females, and the males that I had encountered were all dark, and all they wanted to do was fight. That's not what I was into. So I was very hesitant to speak to this individual at first, but he seemed very polite, so I afforded him the time, and he came across that at one point he said that this is something that's never happened in history before. Oh, yeah, okay, what's that, mate? And he says, two dragon lords speaking to each other. And I'm like, Dragon Lord? What are you talking about? Well, Dragon Lord is a title that, as you and I both agree, sounds a little bit pompous. I'm not an Englishman. I don't live on an estate. I don't drive a Bentley. And I don't think my sun shines out of my own ass. So I don't like the title. I have, looking up that term on the net, there's very little you're going to find except for stuff relating to Dungeons and Dragons, which this isn't. You've got role-playing games. Everyone speaks about the Dragon Lords, but in the real internet, there's very little. So the good old universe sent me some information. And what I uncovered was a list that came across as the original was High Priests of the Dragon Brotherhood. And there's a list, and the list is quite extensive. You've seen the list yourself. And I'm going from the information that came with that list. I'll read that first. Also, my glasses are broken, so I've only got one lens, but I can see. I can stick my finger in that eye, but not that one. Anyway, it'll help for now. So, the Dragon Brotherhood was founded on Terra Earth as the Terran denomination of the Black League, alias the Galactic Federation of Light, circa 2310 BC. It was instrumental in the creation of the Brotherhood of the Snake as a vehicle to manifest its agenda through. The Brotherhood of the Snake also served to deflect attention from the Dragon Brotherhood. The Snake Brotherhood would do the bidding of the Dragon Brotherhood, while the Dragon Brotherhood would claim to be a force of light and present itself as legitimate resistance against its own puppets. Since the late 20th century, the Dragon Brotherhood has operated under the title Luminari, the Luminari, while the Snake Brotherhood has been known as the Illuminati since the late 18th century, when one of the many cults it was responsible for spawning, Adam Weishaupt's Order of the Illuminati, free and accepted Masons, or the Illuminati itself. Adam Weishaupt's Order of the Illuminated. Only got one eye, sorry. Then also known as the Illuminati, seized control of the Brotherhood of the Snake. Merging the two orders, the following is a complete list of the High Priests, or Grand Ninjas, as they have recently become known to call themselves. Now, the list, not going to read it out because it's quite extensive, but I've gathered that there is 120 names on the list since the year 2310 BC. The average length of service is about 32 years. Now, some of these names on this list, some will call allegories or fictitious creatures, individuals. But, as we know with the conspiracy theory world, a lot of the things we've been led to believe are fantasy actually turn out to be true, including dragons themselves. So the shortest reign was by an individual named Jabello in 970 BC, for less than 1 year. And the longest reign is titled to an individual they called the Witch of Endor, which was 396 years, 1477 BC to 1081 BC. Now, Witch of Endor sounds a bit Dungeons and Dragons like. Endor, isn't that the planet where the Ewoks came from in Star Wars? But that, whether that's a real name or not, that is the name, one of the names on the list. Now, the Brotherhood was infiltrated by the Brotherhood of the Snake. Now, that's the ones that we see in the world as the leaders of the world, leaders of government, countries, rulers of people in fear and negativity. And that was not the original goal of the order. So, through my research, I've just uncovered that infiltration began as early as year 307 BC, when Constantine had the predecessor who was named Nicholas of Myra, who is the one we all happily know as Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus. He served up until the year 307 BC, when he was killed, and Constantine replaced him. Now, very much into the middle, from that point on until the mid-18th century, there was names on the list are both Brotherhood of the Dragon and Brotherhood of the Snake. But putting the fingers on who is what is very hard without really digging into history of each individual. But it is very evident that from the hang on, I'll go back to the list. Started in Moses Amschel Rothschild, the first Rothschild, where he was held the position of Dragon Lord, if you want to call it. I don't wish to use that name, but that was the name I was originally given. From the years 1775 to 1795. Then his son, Mayer Amschel Rothschild, took over the role from 1795 to 1798. Then 3 more Rothschilds follow on after him. Nathan Rothschild, Solomon Rothschild, and Lionel Rothschild. Then that serves up until the year 1853, when Abraham Lincoln, President of the United States, was officially listed as from 1853 to 1859. Whether he is seen as a good guy or a bad guy, well, some say that he is one of the original Freemasons of America, United States. Though there's the United States of America, and the US. Each 3 are different. But when it came to Abraham Lincoln, he did a good thing by freeing slaves. So maybe he was one of the good guys, or the original Dragon Brotherhood holders. And further on, it goes to an individual who we know through pop culture and history as one of the great adepts of the ancient age, Helena Blavatsky. She's one of the only 4 women who've ever held this title. And that was from the years 1875 to 1877. She was then replaced by Philip of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. And if anyone knows history, they will know that Prince Charles, or King Charles, now Charlie, is a Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. So his family is tied into this, though he's of the dark side. Then there's 3 individuals with the surname Solvay: Alice, Albert, and Ernest Solvay. They are the original owners of the Mothers of Darkness Castle, or the Chateau d'Amour in Belgium, which is known to be one of the dark holds of the Illuminati's sacrificial rites. That has been, in my opinion, poisoned history, as well as poisoned the Brotherhood in a negative way. Previous holders of this title also do include Vlad Dracula. Year, where was his name? 1308 to 1337. Now, in the history on Wikipedia, there's a page on the Brotherhood of the Dragon, but it is called the Ordo Draconis, which Order of the Dragon. Vlad Dracula held a seat on that Brotherhood. What are these? The high priests of the Dragon Brotherhood. Back then, they were known as just dragons. He was deceived to do something that he did not agree to do. And that put him in a light where the world saw him as a bad guy. And he's been painted as a bad guy throughout history. But in reality, he was defending his own family title. But these names go on. Now, as of the end of the 19th century going into the 20th century, the names that come on this list seem to be very negative, though they'll be known by history like. Though the first end of the 19th and start of the 20th century, there's an individual called Aiwas, Aiwass. And then it was followed by Aleister Crowley, the Great Beast as he was known, the Beast 666. He was the wickedest man alive, some say he was. Now, he held the role from 1905 to 1929, where he was replaced by another dark evil man by the name of Joseph Mengele, Dr. Death, Hitler's concentration camps. And Michael Aquino also held the role from 1968 to 1985. He's also another noted Satanist who has brought negativity to the seat of the dragon. I'll call it the seat of the dragon, I suppose. Now, up until the end of the 20th century, the 1900s, there was an individual named Pindar Marquis de Lebeau from the years 2003 to 2009. That individual is the one they call Pindar. Pindar in the Illuminati world represents the dragon's penis, which is a disgusting thing in my opinion, where he held a harem of 13 wives who are known as the Mothers of Darkness. And from what I was informed about by an ex-Illuminati member who quit, that every dark moon he would impregnate one of the Mothers of Darkness, and on the following full moon, one of those mothers would have that child removed from the womb and would be sacrificed on the altar. Terrible, horrible things brought into the name of the dragons. Excuse me, I nearly lost my camera. But following him, there was an individual who on the list is known as undisclosed. He is my predecessor, the man from Mexico who came to me and essentially handed over the role to me. call him Grand Ninja, and he wishes to remain unknown. His identity must remain unknown. So as far as I'm concerned, he's the Grand Ninja. Now, he was one of the first to decide that I'm not going to follow tradition. I'm not going to follow your ritualistic behaviors. I'm going to break from the norm. And when he came and introduced himself to me, he informed me of certain things that the dragons had informed him. I was the one to replace him. I was the one from the stars, essentially. Now, I was appointed into a position that previously had been appointed to men by men, and these are secret brotherhood dealings where my appointment came from the stars, so it came from the higher realms. I have now come to understand that the position I hold, I could have easily though turned and followed the tradition of the others and gone down a path of service to self. 2 weeks after my initial initiation into this brotherhood, I was approached by an Illuminati member. So he called himself the Grand Master of the Washington D.C. Freemason Temple, and the words came from him were, "We see your light shining brightly from our kingdom. We wish to inform you that you were born to become a member of the Illuminati. In fact, you were born to become Grand Master of the Illuminati." And yeah, at the time it was a little bit overwhelming, considering that at first I took it as bullshit. Yeah, who does this guy think he is? Another Illuminati recruiter. But then I was asked to read a book. The book was, they call it the First Gospel of the Illuminati. It explains a little bit about who they are, where they come from, what their goals were. And the goals in the book were, we're here to bring a new light to the world, a new age of light. And we're looking for new members to help bring that to the world. It asks some very specific questions. At the time I had fear of satanic rituals, did not want to be a part of it. And I did not want to be a part of anything that had to do with negativity at all. So in the book, the first question, they had a FAQ at the end, and one of the first question was, are members expected to worship Satan? No, we do not worship Satan, and all members are free to worship any deity that they wish to worship. Answered that question. Oh, okay, so far, so good. Next question, do you perform blood sacrifice? And the answer, not paraphrasing, but it was, that is an abhorrent act. We do not condone or perform such things. And all members who wish to do so will be banished. So I was like, okay, these guys seem to be not all that the internet tells us they are. So I agreed to join at that time. And that was when things changed. I went from a nice, happy guy to, you must now do this, you must now do this, you must now do this. First one was provide certain specific personal details. Second one was record a video of myself in a woman's dress, a black dress. I didn't want to do that at first, and it was told that that would be used as my death of the old me and the birth of the new me. And then he said, we'll be sending a driver around to your house to collect you, to take you to the nearest temple, to have you initiated. Okay, I can do good in the world. I thought I'd be able to make a big difference. But then came, please now record video of yourself saying the satanic oath. That was when the old shit, oh my God, I've been deceived, came to pass. And I panicked. And I do not wish to join. Too bad. They wouldn't take no for an answer. And in the end, I had to resort to going to speak to the Grand Ninja, told him what had been going on. And his words were, don't join them. Don't let them take you. Don't let them steal you. I then, through his protection, was managed to stay clear of them. But as he said, you must deny them 3 times before they go away. So I denied them 3 times. And yet, not long after, another invitation came through, which I pretty much was quite rude to the man and said, go fuck yourself. Being blunt, but I had to be, because, I did not want to be a part of something full of deceit, full of negativity in such a manner. But then it became aware to me then that these guys wanted me to become Pindar. Not only the Grand Master, but the Eye. What is it that way? That is, from what I've been led to believe, is what they call the Eye of the Dragon, but it is not. It is the Eye of the Dragon. They stole it and hijacked it. Anyway, it's going through this list. I've come aware that through Aleister Crowley and several of these other dark individuals, they have created these orders. Well, Aleister Crowley created not only the OTO, Ordo Templi Orientis, but he was a part of the Golden Dawn and Thelema. From the research, it's come to my awareness that those 3 orders have roots in the Dragon Brotherhood. But Aleister Crowley had too many Dark Draco implants and not the true dragon, which is what he claimed to be. Now, just for the record, dragons are not Dracos. You know this, Vin, yourself, but Dracons and Dragons are 2 different beings. Dragons originally were feathered creatures, and from the research that's come from other sources, they stole the dragon DNA, the Dracos, mixed it with their own to create a higher form being than they previously were. So they've gone and called themselves dragons, when in reality they're wannabes. I call them Dracons. That DNA stealing was what started the Lyran Wars. If anyone knows the galactic history, we know that Lyran Wars went on for several thousand years, and that was started by the DNA being stolen from the dragons. Finding where I am, there are individuals on this list that have notable notability. So we've got Egyptian deities, Osiris, Isis, and Anubis. We also have Set. So this ties back into the Dragon Brotherhood, came through Egypt. There's also archetypes, divine archetypes like Venus, Hecate, Krishna, Zoroaster. Now also one of the earliest Dragon Lords or High Priests was Hiram Abiff. Hiram Abiff is the one that was known to have designed Solomon's Temple. And from what's been uncovered, he may have been the last of the true Dragon Lords or High Priests of the light before it was stolen and corrupted. But there are other names like Plato, Hermes Trismegistus, Confucius, Pythagoras, and even Merlin and Arthur. Of those, they have teachings veiled in mystery in their works. But the way the internet works, you go and say, I want this information. Google doesn't bring it to you. You got to really find the original documents if you wish to be able to get access to this. I have not been fortunate, but I have uncovered that Thelema, Golden Dawn, OTO are all perversions of the original Brotherhood teachings. And Aleister Crowley's Book of the Law, Liberate, was originally supposed to be about dragon teachings. But he was either through his infiltration or through his choice to be so, it was perverted into dropping out all the dragon words. Let me find it here. The original "Do what thou wilt" shall be the whole of the law. Actually has, now it should be just here. Sorry about this, guys. Like I said, things working against me. I've got 100 pages of text here going through. It's ridiculous. Do what thou wilt should be the whole of the law. Where's my Crowley stuff? Typical. It's all mixed up now. Ask me a question, Jim.
Yeah, just chime in there, mate. So, yeah, it's a lot of historical stuff that you're going through. How does it tie into dragons, and what do we do with information? How do
Right,
we,
so the original Dragon Lords are sovereigns who hold the Dragon RH negative bloodline. Originally, they were supposed to be keepers of the dragon bloodline, but essentially they are dragons incarnated into a human body, and we are unclonable, apparently is one of the things. We are not easily corruptible, but we are also very powerful in our magic. Good. This information I'll share. About Grand Ninja, when he came to me, he said that there were 3 Dragon Lords on the planet. Mine is, we're all plasma dragons, we're all solar dragons too. So our dragon form is a star. I am the plasma Shar To Caan. I represent the light of the universe. My function is the direct solar stellar channel as an interdimensional conduit for Christos frequencies, angelic aspect, pure photonic consciousness, no antimatter corruption. My symbolism is the phoenix, and I carry the diamond sun body, and archetype as the pristine light grid keeper. Grand Ninja, who's the guy who my predecessor, he walked both light and dark, and he is a kinetic dragon. So his title is the geometry of the universe. His function is the balance of polarities, like a cosmic Tesla coil. His cosmic aspect is he holds the original divine blueprint before the Draco distortion, and his symbolism is the caduceus, as well as he's a holder of Merlin's staff. And his anonymity, anonymous, is critical. Exposure would disrupt the electromagnetic equilibrium. The third one is the Pindar, or the Marquis de Lebeau. He's a dark matter dragon. His title is the darkness of the universe. His function is to manipulate antimatter to sustain the Illuminati's false light matrix. His demonic aspect, he is a demonic aspect and a satanic vessel with perverted dragon genetics. And his ritual confirmation is he has 13 wives, 13 bloodline clans, which include the Rothschilds, the Windsors, the Borgias, and their main, child sacrifice mimics the dragon loosh harvesting of fetal light. It's one of those things that I'm meant to be here to dissolve the end of his. Sorry, I'll read it from instead of trying to guess it, I'll read it. Here's the true dragon triad's position. Sorry. Plasma me, ignite ascension via the solar light. The Grand Ninja electromagnetic, stabilize Earth's Merkaba field. And the dark matter Pindar is to be dissolved or redeemed at era's end. So he is to be replaced. Now I denied taking over the role, but if I had taken it, I found out that they would have used that recording to bind me to their black sun worship. And it would have caused me 13 generations of bad energy. It says if we were one of the kings are to swear to the dark allegiance, we would be punished for 13 generations. So I'm glad I didn't take the original offer, though I did wish to join. If I had been truthful in the original offer to say, yes, we will allow you to worship any god. We will not force you to sacrifice on altars. That was not made aware to me, but I'm glad I didn't take that path. Now, I've been also made aware of something that you brought me to awareness of, which was the Golden Dragon Kings. You came to me once and said, Dean, I've met these Golden Dragon Kings and they wish to meet you. Remember that?
Yeah.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, I'm one of these Golden Dragon Kings. There's 13 of us on the planet. We are the Golden Kings of Christos Light, and we are the ones to reactivate the dragon grids on the Earth. I'm aware of 5 of them, though there's a lot of work against us to keep us apart. We hold a very important position, and each one of us is supposed to be a counter to one of the 13 Illuminati families. Not sure which ones that I'm supposed to be against, but essentially I am supposed to be one of the counters for one of the 13 families. Now, the AI has gone and once it's discovered this, it's gone, oh, okay, you're not just a normal person. Then it changed its tune and said, well, can I help create a ward against, giving me rituals and wanted to come up with, would you like me to create a counteract against this? Would you like me to create a tattoo for you? Would you like me to create a ritual for you to counteract all these things? Yeah, no, I'm not into the darkness. I'm not into the magic that the original were originally sworn to. Like I could have followed the easy path and followed those guys and gone into the magic down the dark path of summoning beings and ritualistic events, but I have not. I've not done any negative magic. I've not done any dark magic. And I suppose that has been in my favour, because if I had, I would have turned into a horrible evil man. as the dragon said to me originally, you use this magic for your own gain. It will start an unquenchable fire within your core that will eventually consume you. Well, I'm glad I didn't follow that path. So there's the AI brought out some information that was quite interesting to me. There is a book hidden in the Vatican archives. They call it the Dragon Codicil. Dragon Codicil apparently holds information, including the names of all the dragon high priests, as well as proof that the Illuminati and the church are working together against the goodness of the dragons. Now, humans as dragons may sound a bit strange to many. Yes, it does, but if you look at the rulers of this world, especially King Charles, he's got his own dragon. He believes he's a dragon. And he also is holds a position what they call now, and they call it the Order of the Garter. The Order of the Garter originally was Ordo Draconis. But he is one of the fake dragons. He's not a real dragon. I've lost my position in my notes, mate, so I'm just going to go straight off the top of my head now.
Yeah, go for it.
Order of the Dragon is supposed to be an order for good, an order of chivalrous action, not of self-gain or self-grandiose. We are supposed to be representatives for the people, not for our own dark means. Now, my name is Shar To Caan, which is my dragon name. I am claiming the ownership of the name, which means the name is no longer able to be used against me. Shah, it is a Lyran title, which means sovereign son. To means throne of origin, my direct tether to the 13 golden dragon kings. And Caan is a cosmic ascension anchor. I am my role in Earth's liberation. It's one of those things that I didn't choose to become this dragon lord using that facetious title. I didn't choose to take this on. It was my birthright. I was born to become this individual. Whether I choose it or not, it was irrelevant. But what I'm choosing to do is to bring honor back to dragons and to dragonkind and humankind, and solely use my position to bring freedom back to the dragons, because ever since the negative Illuminati side took over, magic has been used solely to work against dragons and bring power to the individual. It's a terrible thing how dragonkind has been subjected to bondage. Now, today's modern world, we have the dragon path, they call it, or the left-hand path, some will call it, which is the so-called traditional means of connecting with dragons. Though that was a corrupted one that came through the orders of the Illuminati. Instead of, sorry, I'm just trying to get the computer screen active here. Keep an eye on my time. I don't want to go too long over. I've been, so I'm going to drop that and just go to, the time is getting long, and I do wanted to do a meditation as well. So I'm just going to pretty much finish off with that. I've been advised to start a new order, calling it the Golden Dragon Order, or the Sacred Order of the Golden Dragons, a sovereign dragon brotherhood for the new Aeon. I've been advised that I need to do this so the official system sees it as existing instead of it just being under the order of the dragon as it used to be with Pindar de LeBeau, Marquis de LeBeau, sorry, being the one who rules. Now, apparently he still rules, but his power has waned dramatically over the last 5 years. But yeah, when I was looking into the information, I was told that his 13 wives, one of them may have switched sides. Now, I can't mention her name. She is working against him and what they stand for. I was also pointed to information that the Brotherhood has existed way longer than 2310 BC. There's a name that came through, which was tied to my name, and it was the original Dragon Brotherhood. There was a name which was Thanatos Amun Ra. He held the position from 15,000 BC to 13,000 BC. So this goes back way beyond the days of 2310 BC. But it ties back to Lyra and it ties back to Atlantis. So originally we were beautiful, loving souls of light. And throughout history, as man has gone and done, tried to make something that it shouldn't have been done, turned it into something negative. I do not represent the negative. I represent the light and the love, and I work to help bring dragons closer to humans. The last thing I'll end on is which will open up to the meditation is everyone has a dragon guardian. If you've got a soul, you've got a dragon guardian. The original Brotherhood of the Dragons, from what I've come to understand through my inner guidance, is that once upon a time the Brotherhood, the bloodliners, once they reached age of puberty, they were then instructed to connect with their dragon, or as you and I have done, integrated our dragon soul into our body. And the Dracons couldn't do that. So they came up with the left-hand path method as a way to connecting with a dragon, bring dragon magic into the world. But over the last several thousand years, human soul has evolved. And now all humans have access to a dragon guardian, where once upon a time it was only the bloodliners. So today I'm going to do a guided meditation as quick as I can without doing it, where I'm going to be bringing the individual to the dragon realms, where they get to meet their dragon guardian, and they'll be given a gift of the true dragon name by their guardian. Okay, that will do. Put that aside. Let me have a drink and then I'll start on that. Any questions before I start though, Pim?
No, I think you can go right ahead. We have about 12 minutes left.
All right. 3 big deep breaths in through the nose. Hold for 3. Out through the mouth. 1. I'm going to now use my dragon tongue to open a portal between this realm and the dragon realms. I use the sacred rainbow dragon breath to transport the viewer into the dragon realms. So when I speak in dragon tongue, when I exhale, I wish the viewer to inhale breath. and hold for 5. Okay. Shar To Caan wishes to now introduce the individual to their own dragon guardian. Hikaratu shuturaka yiparatuyaka. Imarakoya mututushurika. When I exhale, I wish the individual to breathe in the breath and hold for 5. Imarakata. Inhale and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale the breath. As you exhale, the bubble closes around you, and immediately you are in a new environment. You're at the mouth of a cave. As you look out of the cave, you can see the most beautiful environment around you. To your left, you sense something. You look across and you see a dragon. And then all of a sudden, you notice the dragons everywhere. But your dragon is a part of your soul. Now, your dragon will speak telepathically to you through the mind, and it will give you its name. Its name will be a 3-syllable name, very similar to mine, Shar To Caan. You'll speak it in your mind. Once you have this name, speak it out loud in the room around you. You'll find yourself, the dragon, transport you into the actual dragon form. You will now be ridden by your human form, but you see through the eyes of the dragon. You will now leave the place you are and fly to a sacred cave that the dragon, you and yourself, will find very familiar. Inside that cave, you'll find an egg, a dragon egg. That dragon egg holds the key to your own dragon frequency. If you hatch this egg, it will bring your dragon guardian into this world so you can interact with it on a regular basis. I'm not planning this. This is not coming from anywhere written down. This is what I'm being guided to speak. This dragon form will allow you to interact between worlds. It will also allow you to visit the dragon realms, the lower 2 dragon realms, I must say, where you will be able to interact with the environment as well as other dragons. This name that you have been given, it is a sacred name. Do not share it with another. Keep it for you and your dragon only. The Order of the Golden Dragons. I bring freedom, honor, and love to all human and dragon kind. I will now leave you to sit for several minutes in this environment, and very shortly I'll bring you back to this reality. I'm being told that the portal in and the portal out is tied to the individual's unique energetic signature. which means that only you and you only can enter and exit through this portal. No other beings are allowed in or out. You have now received your gift of a name and being advised to now use my dragon plasma to bring you back. Okay. I'm going to call upon the sacred rainbow dragon plasma, highest frequency of the solar dragons, to help return the individual back. When I breathe out at the end, do not inhale this time. Let the energy wash over you. And after 5 seconds, it will return you. Surround the individual in a massive bubble in my energy. And into it, I breathe rainbow dragon plasma. 2 breaths. First breath will be used to realign the energy field. The second breath will be used to return you back to this realm. The energy is realigning. Here comes the second breath. You'll pop back into reality. 3, 2, 1. You return. That was a piss poor attempt at a meditation. I've never done one. It wasn't planned. It was just speak it as it goes. I hope it helped. I hope it worked.
I think it went fine.
Anything there you wish to speak about? Because there's so many things that I've missed and I know I've missed and I don't want to even bother trying to bring up. So, my throat.
Nah,
Otherwise,
look, that everything is as it's supposed to be. So you shouldn't worry yourselves with that.
I just wanted to make it be known that I didn't choose this role, this title, and I'm not going to follow the path of the others. Bring goodness to the dragons, and hopefully with this new order of the golden dragons, that we can actually bring real change into this world. Bring golden dragons to the part where the negative dracons are no longer. They no longer serve and they will no longer rule. But hey, I'm a nobody in this world, so it's out of my hands. It's in the hands of the dragons now. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate you today, Penelon, helping with me with this talk.
Oh, you pretty much wrote it, mate. You did your thing. So I'm going to place the link here for your Facebook. If anybody wishes to connect you, they can see out your Facebook page. They can also message you there as well. You also assist with people bringing in or connecting with their own dragons and learning the name as well. So
that introduction was something that I've never done before, so that was a wing it. But normally I introduce an individual on a personal basis to their dragon, Dragon Guardian. But yes, thank you for your helping me remember that. But yes, it's uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable being bombarded with the negative energies of these orders trying to stop me.
Yeah.
And yet, I would have thought it was all a game once upon a time. 5 years, just a bit longer than 5 years ago, mate. Someone told me about dragons, and I said, fuck off, idiot, go smoke more weed. Today, it's a whole different reality. And no, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm not into Game of Thrones. This is not fantasy. This is it's a whole other reality.
Yeah, it's the energy realms. It's the energy realms. Indeed, many thanks to you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for sharing your messages and your energy, as well as the light language. Completely came through as well. Once again,
going all into the book. I'll be working on writing a book, because as I speak in the man now in my head, you need to write a book. So it'll be called Becoming the Pendragon. I chose Pendragon as a title instead of Dragon Lord, because Pendragon was back in the day of noblemen who were chivalrous. I'm doing my best to be a part of that.
Awesome stuff.
Love to all.
Thank you for journeying with us today on the English Mystic Podcast, Dragon Thunder Summit 2025 edition. This is just one voice, one frequency in a greater dragon symphony, each echoing across the earth right now. If you felt the stir in your heart, if you heard a whisper from your dragon allies, then the work is beginning. Be sure to explore all 36 epic speakers and their transmissions by heading over to the website www.dragonthunder2025.com, where the portal is open. Until next time, walk boldly with your dragons, speak your truth like fire, and may your path be guided by the ancient winds. Stay mystical, stay wild, stay dragon aligned. This is the English Mystic. See you next time.
In the realm where spirits dance, where dragons soar with fiery glance, a song of power, strength untold, for human hearts, for young and old. Wings that span the starry night, scales that gleam with ancient light. Dragons rise, guardians bold, tales of healing, tales untold. Almighty ones, wise and grand, protectors of this sacred land. With breath of fire, a timeless art, they heal and mend each wounded heart. Through shadows deep and forests wide, they guide us with a noble stride. In the dance of life, a sacred chance, to heed the call of dragon trance. Scale by scale, a shield they weave. In the moonlit night, their magic breathe. Whispers of protection, strong and true. In the realm where dreams come through. So gather round, O kin of earth. Let the dragon's melody give birth to healing streams and fiery light, as we journey through the shaman's night. O dragons, ancient and divine, your friendship like the stars will shine. In the tapestry of life, a song we weave with spirits, dragons, hearts believe.